This is the book of Amos, chapter 8 and verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh Shem Shai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Shem Shai.
Call Allah.
Yahweh Shem Shai, Shem Rakakudash.
Brakatham. Shalom to the elect and the 1/3 of the children of Israel. This is Providence in Babylon, Timber Bay, Florida. My name is Brother Daniel, all by my side.
Brother Ashar.
Double honors to the teachers and the head apostles of the great millstone rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim who push out this work with truth and sincerity. Also, Brakathah to the Aquafium who are listening as well. All right. So the topic is
Blackouts.
the blackouts, which is a part of the famine of the word, which is the famine of the word. Okay, there's been rumors of a future blackout coming soon to the grids of America. All right, it might happen in several states, or it might happen of the entire grid of North America, well, within America, you know, United States, you know. So, what's it called? The solar flare?
Yeah, it's a current article that came out, and the title says in Newsbreak, it says solar flare eruption latest for solar flare eruption lasted for 3 hours. Geomagnetic storm and radio blackout expected to hit Earth this week. And that was on June the 14th, and it's the 16th right now, so that's 2 days ago. So with the solar flare, going into the article, it says a solar flare eruption from Sunday, which lasted for 3 hours on Monday, June 13th, released a vast amount of charged particles in the form of a solar radiation. As a result, a geomagnetic storm and a radio blackout are likely to strike Earth again, causing disruption to radio frequencies and satellite signals. And that contributes to the blackout. Okay, with this solar flare that, you know, Esau orchestrated by saying on his internet. Okay, but we understand that it's a prophecy that's going to take place of a famine of the word, where you're not going to have access to get this understanding to these videos, clips of the word of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. And as it says in Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. So with all thy gettings, get understanding, and it's understanding of these scriptures. And we're going to go back to the prophecy real quick. Amos chapter 8 and verse 11. And it reads, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh Shem Shai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water. So there is going to be a famine of bread, okay? Right. And we already see it happening now. A lot of people are already bugging out, you know, so we see people complaining. So it says, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Shem Shai, and that's contributing to this blackout as well, man. When this blackout comes and hits, they said there was some radio frequency disruptions, okay? And it's gonna grow into a larger event of no social media, man.
That's right.
And when there's no social media, you're not gonna have access to this word and access to this understanding.
And nowadays, social media is used for business, you know, and how companies grow and get their consumers. But sooner or later, you know, like let not the buyer rejoice, man, you know, or the seller, you know, like the seller's gonna be depressed very soon, man, you know. And yes, and right now we're in the process of, you know, of the famine of bread, which is the beginning of sorrows in Matthew chapter 24, you know. So first it's gonna be the famine of bread, and then sooner or later it's gonna be the famine of the word, and then everyone's gonna be crying for wine in the streets very soon, and they're gonna be asking what's going on, what's happening. Because, you know, all hell's gonna break loose very soon, and it's gonna be completely chaotic in all four corners of the earth.
And another follow-up though on the article, this is another article I found, and the title says, a long solar flare just erupted from the sun, and the video is stunning. And in the article, jumping down in the paragraph, it says the flare registered as an M3.4, putting it in the medium class of solar outbursts. It was strong enough, however, to cause temporary radio blackouts in the Asia Pacific region here on Earth. So that flare caused temporary radio blackouts. Okay, and it says scientists puts powerful solar flares into three categories: C, M, and X, with C being the weakest and X being the most intense. Okay, so this was in the middle, all right. But this was all the doing of the Most High, because what he says, all right, as scriptures say, a famine of the word is going to come. So that means it's going to come. However it comes, we understand that there's going to be a time when there's going to be no access to this internet, man.
That's right.
There's going to be no access to this word. Continuing.
There you go.
Verse 13, and it reads, and that day shall the fair, verse 12, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh Shemel Shai, and shall not find it.
So these people are going to go to the platform of YouTube, to go to the search engines of Google or DuckDuckGo or just anything, or Microsoft, and they're going to try to type in Great Millstone. They're going to try to they're going to try to type in the truth, man, of the Great Millstone. Like find the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone on down. They're going to try to seek out their prophets, man. But what? Everything's going to be taken off the internet, man. Everything's going to be gone. It's going to be wiped off the internet, and then that's when the NWO comes in, and they're going to reopen it for the ones who took the Charagma, so they're going to want, so they're going to wander from sea to sea, which is, searching it, searching through the internet, probably go to the highways and hedges, and trying to find the prophets, man. But what? They're not going to find the prophets, because what? Because the Lord's going to cleave the tongue of the roof of the prophets' mouths. So they won't able to speak anymore to these people, because they chose liberty over choosing the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments, and taking heed to their heritage, man. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which we see on every week when we go out in the highways and hedges, man. So they're gonna try to seek out their prophets, but we won't be there, because what? Every man must work on their own salvation with fear and trembling. It's gonna be survival mode,
And we're seeing the signs, being made manifest right now. So it's like we're going quick, because the time is shortening up, man, of this rulership and kingdom of Esau Edom. And with these prophecies being made manifest, there's a lot of judgment coming out. Okay, and we understand why, because most of you people rejected the words of the Most High, Yahweh Shemel Shai, and didn't repent during the time of the grace period. While you had it, you used it as a liberty to sin, man. And you think the Most High is not pleased, is not angry with that? He's angry with that, man. You abused the grace period. So now, as it say in Proverbs chapter 1, around the 20th verse, we'll laugh, all right, when your fear comes. So when we see these judgments be made manifest, we're going to be rejoicing. And this goes into First Ezra chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, and tokens is signs, behold, the day shall come, that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number. So mass death and destruction, man.
That's right.
It says, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. So the way of truth will be hidden, so you won't know how to get right with the Most High Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. So you procrastinated. You was tearing. So guess what? The Most High is going to have the time when it's closed and you can't access this understanding, this truth, this wisdom, all right, to increase in your faith, man.
Called the spiritual ark. What Elder Apostle Gavar was speaking in that one video of the spiritual ark, of the doors of mercy is closing, and it's almost closed, man. So the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that can save your life, the doors of mercy, is almost closed. Get this truth while you can, man. Because it's deadly serious. It's deadly serious, man. You would rather be chastised by the Lord than to be condemned with the world. And being condemned with the world is going to be the worst kind of death. Thermonuclear missiles, which is the lake of fire, man, the sea of glass, and you don't want to be a part of that, So you fight at the best of your ability to stay in this truth, and if you know about this truth, take heed to the truth, and especially if you're a man, do the will, do the will, man, So you know what I'm saying? His grace is sufficient. You know, we got a grace period. We got a grace period before all hell breaks loose. You know, the calm before the storm. So, hey man, just take heed before they cut off this internet. Take heed. You got anything to add?
You got that next one.
Oh, con. All right. So this is the book of Isaiah. Sorry, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 24, verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down.
Gone, and the city of confusion will be what? Mystery Babylon the Great, which is America. Because Babylon goes into Babel, which means confusion. Go ahead.
Every house is shut up that no man may come in.
Gone. So you're gonna see the shortages of the food, which is famine. Famine is shortages, and shortages can be anything: gas, supplies, water, necessities, and that's gonna close what? The businesses, man. You're gonna see a close in businesses, a close in this economy, a shutdown, man. Continue.
There is a crying for wine in the streets.
And the wine also goes into the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. And people are not going to be able to access it and get it. You're not going to be able to find the prophets that was out on the streets no more. You're not going to be able to find their internet access to their channels, man. You're not going to find it at all. And also, people are going to have lack of resources of joy, because wine also goes into, what people use to be merry. So there's not going to be a time of comfort. It's going to be a time full of evil, man. Okay.
Yeah, no more wine and spirits, man. It's gonna be death and destruction.
So it's gonna be a change. All right. Go ahead.
All joy is darkened.
See, all joy is darkened. So people are partying, bullshitting, living it up. All right. That model that they use, you only live once. Yeah. So that's why they going berserk out here. But there's gonna be a change. The spirit is gonna change in this society, man. America. All right. It's not gonna be folly. It's not gonna be joy. It's not going to be partying, all right? It's going to be a lot of people worrying. They're going to be in fear, okay? And there's going to be a lot of death and destruction. You can go ahead, Bubba.
The mirth of the land is gone.
The mirth of the land is gone, man. So, people are, right now, they're partying, living it up. But now you're going to see all society collapse, and there ain't going to be time for that no more, man. So we're coming close to that time where it's going to be in a global stand, okay? It's going to be great tribulation, great evils, great troubles. Right now, this is the beginning of sorrows, okay? Because we're seeing the signs, which are the tokens. And I'm gonna get into Proverbs real quick before you bring that one out, though. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 24. It says, "Because I have called and ye refused." How does the Most High call? Through his prophets, the men that bring out his truth. It says, "I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded."
He has stretched out his hand and no man regarded. Because people don't want to be righteous in this world, man. No one doesn't want to take heed, and no one doesn't want to sacrifice. They don't want to suffer. America, the American dream, like people here want to be complacent, make their money, go home, bullshit, But what, man? This whole time that you've been complacent, the Lord's been stretching out his hand. I say, hey, here's a chance of salvation. Repent, stay away from this world. Come serve me, so you won't be destroyed with this world. But people give the Lord a stiff arm. So what? Go ahead.
Verse 25. "But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and were none of my reproof." And that goes into these videos, man. They're rejecting it. All right. Verse 26. "I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh."
He said he will laugh at your calamity, and he will mock when your fear cometh. Like the Lord, he has a sense of humor too. So this whole time he been laying out his hand, stretching out his hand to help you, and you've been pushing it away, and now you're screaming, you're begging the Lord. Like some of these movies, like when people about to die, especially atheists, they scream out, "Oh God, help me, please, help me, please." But the whole time the Lord's just laughing at them. The Lord's laughing at them. The Lord's gonna laugh at a lot of people, man, because they didn't take heed, especially you Israelites, who are the 2/3. He's going to laugh at you because you didn't take heed to the scriptures. You didn't take heed when a brother or probably even a sister trying to bring you the truth, and you rejected it, and you decided to be a nigger or a spick, man.
And also he's gonna laugh by using his prophets, man. The men that he set up, they're gonna be laughing at you in that time. We're gonna be mocking at you in that time because guess what y'all was doing when we was out on the streets? Y'all was scoffing and mocking, man. So it's gonna be a change. We're gonna be out there laughing, man, giving praise to the Most High, man, laughing at y'all. You know, the tables are gonna turn.
And we were crying and sighing. While we were crying and sighing, crying out, you know, you guys laughed at us. You know what I'm saying? That you guys laughed at us while we were crying to y'all, man. They said, hey, let's get out of here. Let's go home. Let's get out of here. And you're like, man, I don't want to get out of here. You crazy. You know, guess what, man? Yeah, the table's going to turn. We're going to laugh at you, man. You know?
Verse 27, when your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. So that's how these troubles is going to hit you, man. You know, like a whirlwind. It's going to come out of nowhere suddenly, man. You're going to be overwhelmed and taken by it. Because you can't be delivered only if the Most High delivers you, and he's not, because you rejected this truth, man. This truth is the gate, is the way to salvation, man.
That's right.
And we was telling y'all this. You know, so everyone that's not in this truth and not taking it seriously, guess what? Trouble is going to come upon you suddenly, man, like a whirlwind. All right? It says, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. Verse 28, it says, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. And it say seek me. So they're not going to be able to seek to get this understanding, this truth, this wisdom and knowledge, man.
That's right.
So continuing though, is the point, verse 29. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahweh Shem Shai.
That's right.
They hated knowledge. Because wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, man. All right? So that shows you that at the time that you had that grace period where evils wasn't touching you, man, you abused it, man. So guess what? It makes sense for all death and destruction, trouble and anguish to come upon you suddenly, man, as a whirlwind, man. All right? And then you're going to see the men that set up laughing at you, mocking you, all right? Because it's going to be a nice spirit for the brothers that's in the right spirit, man. You know, when all hell breaks loose and trouble and evils come, man. You know? Because this is what we've been praying to the Most High to happen, man. You know? So now we're rejoicing at the judgments. That's right. All on this, though.
That's right, man. And the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. All right? And this world does not fear the Lord. The amount of stuff that we see on the internet and outside the internet, the way these people act, man, especially of those who took part of that Sodom and Gomorrah type culture. You know, they have no shame. These women out here have no shame. You know, and they don't care. You know, they don't fear the Lord. But soon they will. They will, man.
And also it was saying that for they hated knowledge and didn't choose the fear of the Most High, but above it was saying that they'll call upon him. So even if you had to name, if you wasn't doing this work, you know, you men out there that you was commanded to do, if you wasn't doing it, the Most High's not going to defend you in these times, man. So that shows you that, you know, this is very serious, man, to get right. And if you don't, then guess what? You're going to be partaking in a lot of a 2/3, man, which is destined to be destroyed, man. You got the precept of
Isaiah chapter 66 verse 4. I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them.
Yeah, so the Most High is going to pick, you know, your fear because you didn't fear the Most High. And as the brother brought out, that's the beginning of wisdom, man. So if you didn't get this understanding, this wisdom, you thought that you could just sin all the time, all right, and the Most High won't punish you for that. That shows that you have a reprobate mind. You're void of judgment. So guess what? In the time that we're coming in, the Most High is going to pick some type of scenario. He's going to orchestrate it during wherever you're at, man. And you're going to be screaming like a woman, man. You're going to be scared, man. All you men out here that think you're macho, that's prideful, all right? The Most High is going to humble you down, man. And then you're going to be destroyed, man. So, you know, that shows you that, you know, you Jakes don't understand you need a power. And if you're cut off from your power, guess what? You can't be defended.
That's right.
So the Most High is going to put fear in your face, man. No matter, you know, what it is, the Most High knows. He created you, man. So he's gonna orchestrate something, you know, where you're going to be screaming like a woman.
Like just at that TV show, like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And if you didn't get the If you didn't have the answer and you didn't know the answer, you had a lifeline. You know, Yahweh Shema Shah is our lifeline, man. You know, in that millionaire part, it's the kingdom. You know, so a lot of people don't really want the kingdom.
John.
Only his servants want the kingdom.
And that's why you gotta get destroyed, man. Because you're standing in the way of the kingdom, man.
That's right. So we need a lifeline. You don't.
God.
All right. Okay. Because when I called, none did answer. I'm gonna start from the top. Isaiah 66 verse 4. I also will choose their delusions, and will bring their fears upon them. Because when I called, none did answer.
God. And how does he call? Through his prophets.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
When I spake, they did not hear, but they did evil before my eyes. And choose that in which I delighted not.
And that's what I was saying. I was saying during this grace period, you think that you was able to sin and go off and off and off, and you think the Most High is pleased with that? He's not. He's angry. So he's gonna send forth his wrath upon all you 2/3 Jakes that abuse this grace period, man. He's going to destroy you, man, because you did not regard the Most High. You didn't think first, oh, should I do this? You know, scriptures say I can't do this. So, you know, you didn't even have that in your mind, man. You wasn't filtered with the scriptures, filtering out the way you walk and operate. Instead, you was given by your own lust. You was given by your own sin, your desires. You didn't repent. Repent is a change of mind. So guess what? Now you have the Most High angry with you because this was a time to get right with the Most High. It says, draw nigh to Yahweh Shema Shah, he shall draw nigh to you. But instead, you use this to sin, so the Most High is angry with you, man. And he's gonna show his anger with these judgments that's coming forth, man. These plagues. Con, is that all on there?
Con, that's it.
Con, and it said, you shall call upon me.
Con.
Oh, when I called, yeah.
Because when I called, none did answer.
None did answer. So when this truth was being brought out, you know, no one took heed to it, you know, of the 2/3, man. So this is for you 2/3, man. You 2/3 gonna be destroyed, man. Straight like that. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, many great evils, many great miseries is coming to America, you know. And with that, Yahweh this was edifying. Call Allah. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Kakadash. Until next time we say Shalom, DTA, Abad Babal soon.